Well, just like last year against the Steelers, against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Brandon Carr came out and saved the day with an interception return for a touchdown that pretty much sealed the deal for the Dallas Cowboys in their victory tonight against the New York Giants, 36-31. And I just loved the expression on Eli Manning's face when he realized that, oh, son of a gun, I'm finally going to lose at Cowboys Stadium, or rather AT&T Stadium. But hey, eventually the boys had to win, and I'm glad they did win tonight. It was a great game. And it was all defense tonight. The offense, let's admit, it was the only two stars of tonight's offense were really Miles Austin and Jason Witten. Jason Witten with the touchdowns and Miles Austin with the crucial first downs. And even Des Bryant had a couple of crucial first downs as well. But for the most part, it was all defense tonight with 6 turnovers. And the last turnover especially was the most important one because it gave the Cowboys the victory. There should have been more points off the turnovers. Instead, we got field goals, which I guess you could say is better than nothing. But hey, the boys did a great job overall. The strip by, I believe it was Barry Church from running back David Wilson for the touchdown. Another crucial turnover for a TD. The defense tonight was overall excellent, but it still has its flaws. One of them being the fact that the secondary did struggle still, especially with the long pass, the long completions to Victor Cruz and Hakeem Nicks, I believe it was. Yes, Hakeem Nicks. But other than those, other than the long passes, the defense did a good job overall. And those long passes, just Cruz's TD in the first half. The Giants' offense didn't really get clicking until the third quarter. That's how good the Dallas defense was tonight. It wasn't until late in the third quarter when Eli Manning finally got the Giants going on a rhythm. Like I said, they had the Cruz TD and the long pass to Hakeem Nicks, but that was it in the first half. Not until the third quarter where they finally got some offense going. Overall, the Cowboys did incredible tonight, and that defense did a great job. As I said, the offense, was there, but not really. The Cowboys couldn't establish a running game. I believe DeMarco finished with just 80 yards on 20 carries, which is not bad, but I was really hoping DeMarco would come out strong. But again, he is coming off of the foot injury, so he still has a ways to go. The offensive line as well did a good job. The new center, Frederick, despite the bad snap in the first half, I think played good at center overall. Tony Romo did not get sacked until I think it was late in the third quarter as well. I actually wrote down notes from the game. I was watching and also taking down notes. But yeah, despite those 2 consecutive sacks from the Giants, Tony Romo was kept in check all day. But then again, what I didn't like about the offensive line was Doug Free. Because of Free, he let Akumara, I believe that was his name. Oh, excuse me, his last name was Kiwanuka from the Giants linebacker. Almost killed Romo. Well, not killed. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. He nearly took out Romo from the game with the rib injury. And that was because Doug Free just let him go, basically. Pushed Free down to the ground and just went after Romo. And for a minute I thought, wow, that's it. That's the end of Romo's game. But no, just Romo, being Romo, just toughed it out and came back. But yeah, and what I also liked about it was no major penalties. The major penalties really that only occurred were the holdings and the false start, but that was it really. No pass interference, no illegal touching. None of that. That was non-existent tonight, which I think is important because the Cowboys needed to stop those penalties, especially after the past few seasons, because they've been one of the most penalized teams in the NFL for the past few years. So I believe that was a good improvement as well. But yes, overall tonight, that it was all defense. Monty Kiffin's doing a great job so far. Hatcher had a sack, and number 98, I forgot his last name, had a sack. Even though Ware didn't get a sack, the Giants' offensive line kept them well in check, so he wasn't a factor tonight. But knowing DeMarcus Ware, he'll come out strong eventually, as he always does, because he's DeMarcus Ware, and people need to be aware of him. But yes, overall, I was the only thing though I think the Cowboys need to really work on is as soon as they get a lead going, that they maintain the lead and not give up so many TDs, especially late in the game. I was worried that they were gonna, again, as they have been in the past few years, is setting up big leads and then letting it all go down the drain towards the last few minutes of the game. But again, Brandon Carr, way to go. I mean, overall, as I said, good defense. Offense needs to get clicking though, especially DeMarco Murray in the run game. And the receiving corps as well. Miles Austin was the man tonight, but again, the offense needs to do a better job next week. Hopefully, Dez Bryant isn't really hurt, because I remember one shot after he hurt his ankle, he just slammed on the table where the Gatorade was on the Cowboys sideline, and I thought, whoa, that does not look good. We need Dez Bryant. He's the Michael Irvin of this era of the Dallas Cowboys. And to just finish off this game, Al Michaels mentioned at the introduction that the Dallas Cowboys are very hard to predict, because you don't know what comes about them until the season develops. A lot, as Al Michaels said, and I'm just paraphrasing him, a lot of experts say the Cowboys have lots of talent, lots of potential. They can win 12 ball games. Other experts say that they are terrible, they stink, that they can lose 12 ball games. And I do agree with him, because the past two seasons, they've had good games, they've had bad games, even, and they finished 8-8. Just one win away from the playoffs. But tonight though, I think the defense proved that they can create turnovers at the beginning of the game, late in the game, and I believe as the season goes on that the defense is going to be key this year. If the Cowboys do want to win not just get into the playoffs, but win the playoff games, get back to the NFC Championship game. The last time they were in the NFC Championship game was 1995, when they beat the Packers to go on to beat the Steelers in Super Bowl 30. So, yes, look for the defense to keep creating turnovers, and the offense improving. DeMarco Murray needs to do a better job running the ball, and the receiving corps needs to get more wide open, and not let Tony Romo make bad throws, which he didn't do today. I thought he did pretty good overall, except for that one interception at the beginning of the game in the first quarter. DeMarco Murray, good job in catching the cornerback who intercepted that pass, because it looked like he nearly put it in for the touchdown. But that was the only real big mistake Tony made. Like I said, the offense wasn't much of a factor, so the only time when he did come out was with the touchdowns to Witten and the crucial first down passes to Austin and Bryant. So, but let's see how Tony feels the next week, going into next week's game against the Chiefs, because He did look a little iffy in the second half, but knowing him, he'll tough it out because, as he mentions, it's football, and that's why I still have my faith in Rome, was his ability to just come out strong, even if he is hurt. That despite a terrible finish at the last season, he can come out and just give it all he can to help the Cowboys win, and we'll see how it goes next week. And but overall, as I said, just to finish the video, good defense. Offense needs to get better, and we need to stay healthy. The Cowboys need to really much stay healthy. We can't afford to lose nobody at this point. And one more thing that I just realized is Morris Claiborne. He looks like he's still recovering from his knee because he gave up that long pass to Hakeem Nicks in the first quarter. He was off a lot today, and I guess that would be one major concern in the secondary for the Cowboys, is not just giving up the long passes, but Claiborne as well. Can he get back to that status he was in his rookie year from this knee injury he had? So that's somebody else the Cowboys need to look at, and hopefully he can get it together.